Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. Hope you're doing all right. We're getting started with our Final Fantasy XIV stream today. We left off in Shadowbringers. We have to assist the land of the fairies so that we can bring night back to them. And let me turn that off. Yeah, I'm not sure why stuff keeps changing on me there. But anyways, we're back. And let's see. We're going to do our Reaper level 73 quest first. So, let's see here. We already positioned ourselves outside so we can go on in, take care of that. But how are you doing today? Let us know down in the comments if you'd like. And we do have anonymous follows now, so if you would like to follow us, enjoy it, enjoy the stream while you lurk, and just not have us be notified about that, that would be fine too. We appreciate your follows for sure. Ah, there you are. Looking deadly enough with that scythe to make me weak at the knees. I wager it's time we stopped faffing about and made ready to hunt our target. My lemures have been hard at work scraping together what information they can. Let's see what they've got. Guess I better switch on over here, shouldn't I? Everyone here? Good. Arnagis you've met. No further Chimera-related incidents you'll be happy to hear. The overly chipper lass over there is Hermine. Make your acquaintances. As you know, our quarry is a void scent, and he goes by the name Orcus. He's eluded the best, but these two are a step above that. Tell us what you found. By your will, boss. I asked around about unsolved murders and disappearances, seeing if any involved someone matching the description you provided. There's as many missing people as there are grains of sand, and no shortage of tragedies either. One, however, stood out among the rest. A woodcutter in the black shroud disappeared without a trace. No body, no belongings, nothing. An odd enough occurrence by itself, but the sightings of a stranger with skin pale as snow near his last known whereabouts piqued our interest. Now that's a promising start, but those woods are crawling with bandits and brigands of all sorts. Duskwights and keepers are said to come in ghostly hues. Are we sure this man ain't one of them? As sure as I've ever been, boss. Not many bandits have eyes the color of blood. It's a match too close to ignore. I can't gainsay that. We have a lead. If I may, boss, are you sure we need the help of this outsider? How much trouble could one void scent be? Hermine, she's standing right there for God's sake. No, she's right. I've always told you to turn a wary eye to those outside the family. She's just doing her due diligence. But trust me when I say we need every advantage we can afford. I made the mistake of misjudging Orcus's strength before, and for my hubris, my family, my flesh and blood family, was slain. All of them. Was planning on holding that back a bit longer, but 'twas before the lemures. I swore two things. I'd repay that suffering 1,000-fold, and I'd never let that bastard take anything from me again. I mean to keep my vow, and I trust I can count on you to help. You don't have to ask twice, boss. Your wounds are our wounds, even the ones that become scars. We'll see your vengeance wrought. All these years I've scraped to make a place for us. I looked forward to the day he'd pay his dues. And it ain't just for me that we have to hunt him down either. He's a blight on Eorzea itself, and the longer we let it fester, the more suffering it'll spread. We need to corner him now, while we have the chance. Are you ready, Anne? You know those woods as well as any of us, and we'll need your experience if we hope to be back before supper. Much appreciated. All right, let's go to it then. Hermine, I want you here in Ul'dah, keeping your ear to the ground for any news of Orcus's movements. Arnagis, you lead us to where this woodcutter disappeared. By your will, boss. That'd be the central shroud, so our best course would be to set off from Bent Branch Meadows. All right. Good, you made it. Before we set off, allow me to share the circumstances of our poor woodcutter's disappearance. As I heard it, he disappeared nigh on a week ago. Got lost, some surmise, but he was a seasoned woodsman, not some high-born traveler who forgot to buy a map. I questioned those closest to him, and none could think of a reason he might want to make himself scarce. He'd even made plans to meet with friends not long from now, but I expect that promise will go unkept. It sounds like we can rule out a voluntary departure. I believe we can. The last person to see the man alive said he took his axe and ventured northwest. Then that's where we'll set our trap. Here, Anne, take these. A Magitech transceiver and candle that's scented like a Voidsent's favorite libation, blood. Once it's lit and the fumes are wafting through the air, every Voidsent within 30 yalms will come running. If either of us sees Orcus, let's give the other a shout over the transceiver. As I said before, Orcus is inhabiting the body of a man, and he can put on an awfully convincing performance when needs must. Don't give him a chance to work his wiles, or his fangs will be in your neck before you know it. As much as I want to accompany you, I'd only be a liability in a fight. Whether you find Orcus or not, return here and I'll report back to the Lemures. Good luck and good hunting. Yeah, let's see, y'all. Let's get the old bird out here. Don't know if we'll get any experience for fighting these or not. The stench of blood chokes the air, filling your nostrils with its metallic aroma. However, no ghostly fiends or slavering creatures emerge from the underbrush. If there are Voidsent nearby, they must not be hungry. All right. Then we try another spot. Stench of blood chokes the air, filling your nostrils with its metallic aroma. Again, maybe none here. Anything? Oh, there we go. Drawn by the maleficent odor, a void scent rises from the underbrush. Though it bears no resemblance to Orcus, it eyes you with a voracious hunger. Alright. Experience for the bird. Alright, well, we got a blood-soaked ring from that, so let's take it back over to Arginus. Or Arginus. I'm glad to see you in one piece. Now, what's that you have in your hand? I have a blood-soaked ring. You said the void scent was carrying this? That ring, where'd you find it? I found it on a void scent. I see, then there can be no doubt. The void scent that Anne slew is the very same one that murdered our woodcutter. Murdered? Are you saying... Aye, while I was searching for a place to set my trap, I spotted a shallow grave, hastily dug and poorly hidden. Under a thin layer of dirt was a body matching the description of the woodcutter. Wholly nondescript fellow, save for the mark of a ring removed from his finger. Doubtless that ring was his demise. Shiny baubles are a common fixation for void scent. Probably didn't spare a thought for the owner, only the prize. I suppose we can take comfort in the knowledge that it'll harm no one else. Orcus or not, I'd say this expedition was a success after a fashion. I should apprise the whalers of what's transpired. You two catch some well-earned rest. Thank you kindly, Arnigus. Well then, I'll see you back at headquarters. Back to Ul'dah. Yeah, let's see, while I'm thinking about it, let me check a few things here. Check a few things. Yeah, I don't know where I saw that before. There it is. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, anyways, let's see. Back to our quest here. There we go. Adjust things a little bit there. Alright, I think we're good to go here. Just some minor stream modifications. Well, if it ain't in, you headed in? Yes, I am. Maybe we didn't get the satisfaction I promised, but sitting here with our heads in our hands won't do us any good. Let's be happy with one less void scent preying on helpless woodcutters. Orcus will pay for what he did. Glad to see a passion for our mission. Apologies we couldn't make your first outing more memorable. We were on the cusp of ending 2 decades of misery. That's how long ago Orcus came into this world, raging like an animal, free from his cage and leaving my family dead in his wake. The grief he's caused since then is immeasurable. No matter where his accursed feet take him, his hunger follows and the realm bleeds to sate it. Of course, we aren't the only ones hunting him, but he's as clever as he is vicious, and not even the finest trackers have been able to keep on his trail for long. Don't lose heart yet, boss. While you were away, I was making the rounds, and I might have found something that'll soon bear fruit. Arnagus is following up on it as we speak. I swear, someday that man is going to keel over on my account. Still, there's no one else I'd trust to tell me the difference between truth and hysteria. That being said, his work takes time to do right. Use this chance to hone your skills, and if all goes to plan, next time we speak, you'll have a golden opportunity to test them. Alright, next one is 75, yep. So we'll wait till we get to story 75. In the meantime, we can enter Don Meg, use our duty support to get in there. And let's see, who can we've got, that's a good setup. Yeah, we'll use Urianger, Minfilia, and Thancred. Should be good. Alright, let's get going. See, maybe I'll adjust this a little bit more here. Let's see. There you go. Something like that, maybe. There we go. Yeah, just trying to get rid of that little sliver at the bottom of the box here. Alright, well that should be good. Alright, let's get on with this one then. See if we can muddle our way through this one here.
Prepare yourself! yourself!
Okay, ink one. Oh, here we go. Whoops, now that is too close, I guess. Whoops. I'm gonna get destroyed here. Here it comes again. I'll just follow Urian here. He's gonna... What did you do, buddy? He was standing right on top of that thing. Oh, I gotta get out of here. Alright.
I shall protect thee. My time has not yet come.
Well, time to be done. I think. Gauntlets of aiming.
Prepare yourself!
Forgetting to apply that shadow of death there. Yeah. Earring of slaying. I don't think we need new earrings yet. We still got that Menfina's earring. Yep, that's good up to level 80. Oh, here we go with this one. Let's finish the tea first here. All right, let's see if we can do this one. See what the AI is going to do to me on this one.
I shall protect thee.
How you're moving over close to me there, thing, because that means you're going to steal my little tether, aren't you? Now, why does she run all the way across the field just to take mine? That's stupid. That AI is messed up. take those. Yeah, high level 381 now. Hello, little froggy. I'm going to take your treasure. Ooh, Greaves of Maiming now. Nice. Alright. 382, high level now. Cool, got a couple pieces so far. Oh, it's great. Yeah, you do that already.
I'll show you.
You show us.
Now I've got you.
You think? Forgetting to put on that Shadow of Death. I gotta add that in there to my thinking here.
You underestimate me.
Using Whirl of Death on multiples, maybe. Let's see, I gotta remind myself how this works here. Death Design. Yeah, that'll do targets with Death Design. Alright, we'll give that a try. Gots to pay attention here.
You underestimate me. I'll show you.
Don't forget the treasure. Paladin's Fey Arms. Okay, well, see if we can dump those into our armor chest here. One of them's not going to make it. Let's see. Manticore's frying pan. We can incense. And titanium alembic. Couple tools there, make some room. Alright. We'll see what happens here. Maybe I can do it. Whoops. Okay, I guess it only affects me. Very Andre didn't seem to get hit. Even though we were right there together. And I can't do this. You know what I'll do? I'll just start tossing stuff over on him. I'm not even going to try to make it there. Can't even jump. We'll just wait for him to get us in there. Go. Alright, you big squid thing. it looks like. Super duper. I had to kill a frog. Trellis. I guess that's a furnishing of some sort. Oh yeah. Got a new weapon. Let's see, Fey Sickle. Up to 383 now. Interesting. All right.
Wilford! Wilford!
Amazing! Jolly good show.
Oh, you do not hold back. But I would have it no other way. Seldom have I enjoyed such sport.
We have satisfied thy demands. Wilt thou now satisfy ours?
Of course. Of course. There it is, the relic you seek. Yours for the taking. Have care you do not break it, though, yes. Ah, but you, my friend, you are mighty indeed, and pleasing to the eye besides.
More? I want to see more of her! Yes! Yes! I could watch her forever!
Why don't we just make her one of us? Yes! One of us!
One of us! One of us! One of us! One of us! One of us! One of us! One of us! One of us! One of us!
What a fine idea! Why ever didn't I think of that? You may have the crown, but in exchange, we will have you!
Wake up! Wake up, damn you! Ah, you're alive. Thank the gods. I don't know where you learned to breathe underwater, but it's lucky you can.
Yeah, damn straight.
I'm sure you had your reasons. But the first rule of dealing with the Fuath is do not deal with the Fuath. It's said that they are born from the souls of the drowned. Were it not for your little trick, you'd have joined them. Your friends are safely back on dry land, in case you were wondering. They'll be searching for you, I expect. That's the royal capital of the Kingdom of Verbert down there. It's seen better days. They were a stubborn lot, the Verbertites. Set in their ways. But once you got to know them, you couldn't find a more welcoming people. It always froze over in winter, being up in the mountains. So we'd pull up our chairs round the fire and trade tales over steaming bowls of lamb stew, while the street lamps burned hot and bright outside. All dead and buried now. Them and anyone else who might remember. Everything we did. Everything we gave. What was it for? I wonder. I hope you'll have a better answer than this when all's said and done.
Alright, well that was interesting. What's in my inventory? Oh yeah, I want to put that some of those things in my chocobo bag if I can. Oh, I don't have enough room anymore. Except for that. I'm going back in. Nay, my lady, exhausted as thou art, thou wouldst only endanger thyself. I prithee, rest a moment. There was nothing where we looked. Anne! Here I am. Dear gods, were it not for Soroban's blessing, but I need not labor the point. I am glad to see you safe and well, my friend. Have you any idea how worried we were to wash up on the shore only to find you weren't with us? Oh, but I'm forgetting. Here's your crown, your majesty. The Fuath kept that part of the bargain at least. While there were certain twists and turns, our work here is done, with everyone none the worse for wetness. Oh, thank goodness you're still here. Sul Uin. Sul Uin. Is something amiss? A great big mob of mortals is marching to Ilmeg. Mortals with ugly weapons and uglier faces. They wouldn't happen to be friends, would they? Rather the reverse, I fear. The Yulmoran army, at a guess. Meaning we can play with them? As much as you like. But just to be sure, I will return with you to confirm their identities. If they are who we suspect, we will require your aid. If Alphino is coming, then Alice will be too, yes? Can't have one without the other, you know. All right, just remember, we're not your playmates this time. I'm afraid we must leave the rest of the relic hunt in your hands. Don't worry, I've done this sort of thing before. Indeed you have. Very well then. See you afterwards, my friend. With our enemies fast approaching, time is of the essence. We must needs accomplish our mission with all possible haste. Of the two remaining bearers of the relics, the Pneumo are the nearer. We shall seek them out next. Among the Fae folk, they bear the distinction of having abided in these lands since before the flood. They are also the friendliest to men, and have served me faithfully whensoever I have called upon them. Indeed, they are the source of much of the knowledge I have acquired in my time here. The path leadeth past my dwellings. Let us away. And no more quests that we need to pick up there. All right. And if you're just joining us, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. We're in Shadowbringers, Final Fantasy XIV. We're doing a non-skipped playthrough. Trying not to skip anything anyways. And hope you enjoy the stream with us. If you've got any comments or suggestions, please drop them down in the chat. We do have anonymous follows on here, so if you'd like to follow and lurk and just enjoy the stream with us, please feel free to do that. Past yonder cliff lieth Plaeni, home of the Pneumo. The others have gone ahead to scout the way. Come, let us follow. There we go, on our way up to meet the Pneumo. If the path striketh thee as precipitous, 'tis because it was once a mountain trail. For where the lake now lieth, there was a valley, in whose midst thrived the city of Verbert. 'Twas only when the Fuath came in the wake of the flood that the settlement was drowned. We stand now upon its former outskirts, grazing lands where shepherds once tended their flocks. Though one cannot help but feel a pang of loss when faced with such a spectacle, one can scarcely blame the Fey folk for so altering the land. The blame for that lieth rightly with the Light, a force terrible enough to bring an entire civilization to its knees, an entire world. That it should have been allowed to rise up unchecked is the greater regret. Yet, in spite of all the tragedy which surroundeth me, full glad am I for the chance to be here. 'Twas these hands which brought together the warriors of darkness and Minfilia, lest thou forget. Yep. Therefore, even were there no eighth umbral calamity to forestall, it seemeth only right that I strive to deliver the first from its doom. Only right, I say, though such words ill convey the strength of my resolve. In truth, I can no more ignore the plight of this world than I can choose to stop breathing. And thus do I labor for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. Here. The coming struggle promiseth to test us to our limits, but so long as we stand together, I doubt not but that we shall prevail. Ah, mortals, just as we thought. Hast thou business with us? Business? Ha! Nothing so boring. We smelled you coming, and we thought we'd come to play. They do not appear to be pixies of Leda Loran. Mine apologies, but we are in some haste. Mayhap another day. Oh, in some haste, are you? Then allow me to hasten you on your way. Teleportation magic. For a mercy, we were not sent far from our course. Should the pixies find us again, however, they will most assuredly repeat the trick. We have not the time to waste. Let us avail ourselves of an enchantment I have learned. Fey Cloak 'tis called, a most ingenious magic which rendereth one invisible to Fey folk, albeit briefly. I shall cast the enchantment upon thee. Under its aegis, thou art to make thy way past the pixies and rejoin our comrades. Know, however, that the enchantment shall suffice to veil thee and thee alone. Be not tempted to employ a mount, as it will only serve to give thy presence away. Okay. We'll see. Let's see if little Choco draws their attention, even while he's out. He's not acting as a mount right now, so hopefully that won't be it. Can I do it? Looks like it, maybe. Let's just avoid the other monsters. That's nice. nice. It looks like it gives us about 2 minutes worth of protection here, which is more than enough, it looks like. Alright, they got disappointed. Now I can use them out. 361 to the northeast. There will be another ether current pretty close to inside here, it looks like. Whoa, there's a big boy there. Tourist Paldia. Yeah, well, we'll stay away from them if we can. I assumed you were right behind us. What took you so long? I see. Yes, I'd say that's a valid excuse for lateness. You are hereby forgiven. Oh, well, thank you, Thancred. In other good news, the Numo village lies just through here. We'll enter as soon as Urianger deigns to join us. Mortals! Mortals are here! Lots of them! I thought you said the Numo were men's best friends. The poor thing was beside itself with fear. 'Twas beside itself, perhaps, but not with fear. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you, to have so many mortals appear at once. It's more excitement than we can bear. Greetings, Elder Wick Ink. Tyr Ni, it hath been a while. Pray, forgive my brevity, but time is against us. We are come to borrow the stone scepter of the Numo. The stone scepter? Then you mean to lift the seal over Leagia? That is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you. If the king is set free, none here will be safe. Unlike our Fey cousins, we Numo have called this land our home since time immemorial. Leaving is unthinkable. Thus did full many of us lay down our lives to seal away our king when they were corrupted by light. If we do as you ask, our sacrifice would have been in vain. Don't worry, we'll defeat Titania. Just hand over the goddamn staff. Such discourtesy! It's unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you. Yeah, best answer, huh, Blitz? Welcome. Good to see you here today. Honored Elder, pray believe me when I say this, that this woman is possessed not only of the strength required to vanquish the king, but of something still more valuable. A means to resist the resulting corruption. Indeed, she hath already laid low the Light Warden of Lakeland, all without succumbing to the influence of its light. She is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but she harboureth the selfsame desire to see the Sin-Eaters eliminated as we do. Wilt thou not lend us thy hand that we might see thy beloved home restored to its former glory? You have always done right by us, Urianger. If you have placed your faith in this woman, then so shall we. As you say, we want nothing more than to be rid of the Sin-Eaters. Be that as it may, this is not a decision to be made lightly. We require time to deliberate. A turn of the moon, perhaps. Ay, ay, ay. We don't have a turn of the moon. Unless we want to debate this with the Yulmoran army. Elder, given all that is at stake, I cannot well expect thee simply to roll over and acquiesce to our request. But even now a powerful foe draweth near, and I fear I must beseech thee to hasten thy deliberations, that thou mightst fetch us the scepter while there is yet time to use it. Roll over? Fetch? Ah! You know full well that naught gives us greater pleasure than to render aid to men. You know full well, yet you speak the words of power regardless. It's unfair. Unfair, I tell you. In happier times, it was our honor to assist mortals in need and receive rewards befitting our deeds. Since the kingdom of Verbert fell, however, we've been starved of man's patronage. After so many years of deprivation, it is difficult to ignore such an earnest entreaty. Very well, Urianger. I promise to give you as swift an answer as I may. In return, I ask that you and yours remain here the while and bestow upon us your patronage. Is this arrangement agreeable? If the game designers deem it so, then I guess it is. You will offer your patronage to our people too, yes? Let's see, perhaps you can begin with Marn Os. They are one of our foremost artisans, once held in the highest esteem by the Knights of Verbert. With the Knights gone, however, Marn Os has had no opportunity to put their skills to use. They would be overjoyed for your patronage. And we've got some stuff we need to tag in here. Oh, yeah, there it is. If I just look around, I'd see it there. As well as the summoning stone. 1,182, 1,183, 1,184. Wait, did I already count that leaf? Whoa! Who? What? Where? Wait! You're a mortal? Huzzah! Huzzah! Well met. Yes, very well met indeed. Have you old and tired arms and armor that are threatening to fall apart at critical junctures in battle? If you answered yes, you've come to the right Numo. I will restore your equipment to pristine condition for a payment of a pair of moss fungus legs. Moss fungi roam just outside the cave. Please, please, please give their legs and your patronage to me. Okay. Let's go slay moss fungi for their legs. And there's a pair right there close together. Oh, but they're kind of near the big guy. head over this way, mess with these. Ah, you are returned, and with the moss fungus legs, I hope. They are tools of my trade, lest you wonder, used to polish metal and leather alike to a lustrous sheen. Now that I have work again, I must replenish my stores. I'll give both of them. I didn't get 3, I don't think. What happens if I say 3? Here, I'll give 3. But I asked for 2. No, this wasn't the agreement. You doubt that I'll fulfill the work for 2 moss fungus legs, so you tempt me with another? May as well call me a grasping mutt and spit in my eye. Well, if you think me a bad pneumo, then a bad pneumo I will be. Oh yes, I'll make a fine mess of everything you're wearing, rip it to shreds. Yikes. Wait, there are 2 legs here. You mustn't tease us fairies so. In my agitation, I could have done much worse than simply snap at you. You see, for there to be honor in a task, we must receive precisely what it is worth. Too little means you belittle our ability. Too much means you question our integrity. You've given me fitting payment, so my services are at your disposal. I shall begin by inspecting your equipment. I see. Though I must ask for a small fee for the materials, I'm pleased to say that all your arms and armor may be restored. If you mean to change them in the near future, however, there's no need to hurry. My first repair is complimentary. Here's the coin which you may pay me with when you desire to have work done. Many thanks for your patronage. Marnos's shop is open for business. Oh, and if you mean to offer your patronage to another, may I suggest Easguff yonder? Easguff yonder? Okay. Judging from your equipment, 'tis plain you're no stranger to battle. I believe Easguff will have something to offer you. Alright, well we can go ahead and do our repairs then. Alright, everything's as good as new. What are we getting? Oh, ring coffer. Alright. Ah, to have so many men visit us at once. This is a joyous day indeed. If it please you, please give me your patronage. As my patron, I ask that you remove the noxious mushrooms that grow in our cave. Flame spores, they're called. We would tend to them with magics, except they leave behind a harmful ash. We've no choice but to pluck them one at a time. Now, you'll be curious as to what I have to offer. I am a purveyor of wares that will aid you in your travels. In exchange for your fitting payment, I will give you my choicest items. What did I get here? I got gluttony, yeah. Yeah, there it is. Toss that off the bar. All right, remove the flame spores. Aye, aye, Captain. You've already removed the flame spores? How very quick you are. Oh, but did you perchance search by the western entrance as well? I'm told that more have cropped up in that area. Well, the game didn't tell me to go over there. Now it's telling me to go over there. As you pluck the last of the flame spores, you sense a gaze from the entrance. It looks like Minfilia is over here. What up, Minfilia? I wasn't spying on you or anything. I just finished my task and I should go back and report. Or go report back. Ah, you are returned. Have you dealt with the flame spores by the western entrance as well? Excellent. No more poisonous spores irritating our noses, for a little while at least. Oh dear, I believe I'm getting sentimental. Having a patron again. It reminds me of the old days. Fair every day I would carry my wares to the castle to offer in exchange for men's patronage. Back then, the castle wasn't called Liagia. The Verberites built it, and they named it Grünes Licht. It was their last bastion in the struggle against sin-eaters, and now they're gone. All of them, nobles and knights, and common folk alike. But enough reminiscing. I must give you what you've earned. And if you desire anything else I possess, I would be glad to offer them to you, for a fitting price, of course. East Gift's shop is now open for business. Now, will you be offering your patronage to anyone else? If so, would you consider Wid Lad or Wide Lad? I don't know. They've been under the weather of late, and the chance to perform an honorable task would cheer them up. Alright, I'll go talk to old Wide Lad then. Right, a new ring. Item level 388. Awesome, awesome. What am I getting? Aetherite tickets. Oh, okay. For some free travel, I guess. What? You would be my patron? But I can't do anything for you. The lawless ones took my invisible ink, and without it, I can't make my arcane wares. Who are the lawless ones? They're a Numo like us, except they've turned their backs on our values. Curs without honor, they are. They refuse to work, instead spending all their time cavorting and making a nuisance of themselves. It was when I was outside for a walk that they set upon me and robbed me of my possessions, the ink included. I was too weak to resist them. But you, mortal, you look quite strong. Do you think you could take my ink back from those villains? If you do this, I will consider it your patronage, and by way of my service, I will make you something very special. Excuse me, Anne, but I couldn't help overhearing. If you mean to undertake this task, will you let me accompany you? I would learn from you, and help in what little way I can. You're welcome to join. Thank you so much. The lawless ones make their lair to the south, inside a cave called Father Collard's Chambers. They took many vials of ink, and I would be grateful if you could bring as many back as possible. Alright, so let's head on out and speak with Minfilia, work on this one. Another current fairly close by, it looks like. Yeah, I will head on over to that Aetherite and grab that while we're here. Oh, I need the lorikeets. We'll do those first then. Come on, bird. That's all I needed. I just needed that one. Well, if I get to level 80 Reaver, I may just switch back to Dancer and do that one. What level's my Dancer now? Dancer's almost to level 82, I think. Yeah, Dancer's 79 also. Northeast, right in here somewhere. There it is. And I think that should be the last one for this area. Oh, nope, there's another one. Oh, that's right, down near the castle, I think. Yeah, one more. Yeah, I need those rabbit's tails. Yep. And oh, that satisfied 2 of our hunt logs, so that's good. 2 of our mark bills. Just needed 1 of each. Alright, let's see if we get aggroed by a buttload of stuff here. Or what I could do, let's see, what levels everything else here. Father Collard's chambers is through here. I peered inside and sure enough it was milling with pneumo. They looked none too friendly. If Thancred were here, he'd tell me to go about it quietly and quickly. Let us split up. I'll find all the ink I can and then come back outside. See you shortly, Anne. Oh yeah, let's do that. I, on the other hand, will just switch to botanist and sneak through. I don't think I can collect them as botanist, though. Let's see. Yep, gotta change back. And that's a lot less trouble. And my gatherers are highly leveled up, but I haven't even done any Shadowbringers quests for them. That's just from doing collectibles, getting their level 70 gear, blue gear for them. But we will be well positioned to do the gatherer's quests here once we get towards the end of the story here.
Oh, thank goodness. There you are. Those Numo were rather frightening. I'm glad you're safe.
I'm glad you're safe too.
I haven't seen much actual combat, so I was a little nervous, but I'm happy I could help. The Minfilius before me battled Sin-Eaters as part of the Yulmoran army. But that had all changed by the time I was found. They held me captive, so that I wouldn't follow in the others' footsteps. I'd still be in my cell now had Thancred not spirited me away. When he found me, I knew nothing of the world. I didn't know how to live, let alone fight. Thancred once told me that if the efforts to summon you failed, it would fall to me to face the Light Wardens.
Wow.
I realized then that it was the only reason he kept me close. As a contingency. The truth is, he can't stand to be around me. Because I'm not her. I'm not his Minfilia.
Yeah, well, but that's on him and not you.
Once, we journeyed to Nabatha together, to the place where the Oracle appeared and stayed the flood. As we drew near, I felt as though I was fading away. I shut my eyes and covered my ears, and then... I'm not sure what happened after that. I have a vague feeling that I said something to him. Only it wasn't me at all. It was her. Afterwards, Thancred didn't say a word. Only kept to himself and brooded. There's nothing I can do for him. Nothing I can offer but my presence. Though it only reminds him of his loss. She should be the one to live on. That's why I tried to find you, because I knew that was what she wanted. But now that you're here, I'm not entirely sure what it was she intended me to do. Was I meant to tell you something, or bring you to someone, or somewhere? I can feel the answer at the edge of my mind, just out of reach. What is that?
Why? Why did you imprison us? Such boredom, such tedium have we suffered. It is unfair. Unfair. Come. Come and play with us.
It came from the castle. This is everything I have. Please see it delivered to the Numo. I will bear word to Thancred and the others.
Aha. Alrighty. Yeah, I think I can probably just pour it over there, be a little bit lazy. Mercy, Your Majesty. We had no choice. Please forgive us. Oh, it's you. My ink. Were you able to retrieve it? Here's 6. Ha ha, yes, this is the ink, and almost all of it too. When our king spoke to me, my day went from bad to worse, but thanks to you, it's simply bad again. Okay. What? You had the vision too? Oh, woe is us. Ordinarily, when a living being turns into a sin eater, it loses everything about its mind that defined it. However, the king has retained some of their instincts. This manifests in the desire to play and be free. So strong is that desire, it often leaks through the seal to invade our consciousness. For a long time we've ignored it, but we can't do so forever. But forgive me, I was going to thank you for reuniting me with my ink. You did exactly as I asked, so I will give you the service I promised. Nothing up my sleeve, and voila! May it serve you well. Ah, there's nothing like honorable work. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity. Oh, I should mention that Elder Wide Ink returned a moment ago. If you seek them out, I dare say they'll have tidings for you. Ah, there you are. I'm informed that you've been an excellent patron to our people. For that, you have my thanks. Now then, you will be pleased to hear that we've come to a decision regarding the scepter. If you would gather your companions, I will deliver our answer. Before I begin, please allow me to express my gratitude for your kind patronage. Having been deprived of a purpose for so long, our people are overjoyed at being able to serve again. But on to the matter of the stone scepter. During our deliberations, we were forced to concede that we will never have the power to deal with our fallen monarch. We can release Titania neither from the castle nor from torment. In light of this, we have decided to entrust their fate to you. Take it, the stone scepter of the Numo. This makes 3 relics, 1 more, and we can arrange a meeting with the warden. Ere you continue your quest, allow me to enlighten you as regards your foe. Know that Titania is not a name, but a title bestowed upon one chosen to lead the pixies by the grace of nature. This leader, upon Ilmeg's founding, arose as ruler of all Fey folk to bring order to our riotous kind. In our turn, we Fey folk render our blessings unto nature, unto water, wood, and wind, that our king might be further empowered. Though they are become a sin eater, their powers remain unchanged. When you face them, be prepared to face the full fury of nature. Oh dear. Is there anything else that we should know? Anything else? Only that if you feel unready for the challenge, and none here would blame you for it, you are welcome to remain among us a while longer. After all, I myself have yet to enjoy your patronage, and who knows when I will next have the chance. We would see that you were comfortable, of course, and do all in our power to make you feel at home. Oi! Honestly, I look away for one moment and every fairy and their nuncle tries to steal my sapling from me. This is my sapling, mine, do you hear? Not yours and not Fuath's. And anyone who so much as thinks about trying to seduce her will wish they hadn't. The final relic is a pair of shoes wrought of crystal. They are held in the Amaro's safekeeping at their settlement, Wolkdorf. It beareth mentioning that these Amaro are unlike those which thou hast heretofore encountered. Owing to a peculiarity of evolution, they are capable of speech, and thus we might negotiate with them as we have the Fey folk. Though it saddens us to see you leave, we wish you well on your way. When you arrive in Wolkdorf, seek out the largest of the Amaro. His name is Sito, and he is their leader and the bearer of the relic. Speak with the enormous Amaro. Well, we've already got the aetheryte, so we'll just pop on over there. I forgot to look. No, we don't have any more ether current quests. Hello, enormous Amaro. An enormous Amaro slumbers peacefully. Sito! Ardbert? Oh, forgive me, I was having a dream. Seldom do men visit us. What brings you to our village? Did I hear you aright? You desire the crystal shoes that you may confront the Light Warden. No, you mustn't think such thoughts. Even if you are indeed immune to the light's corruption as you claim, vanquishing the king will bring you naught but sorrow. Forget this folly. Return whence you came. While we appreciate your concern, we have no choice in the matter. Will you not reconsider? Come, my friends, let us leave him with his thoughts. "'Tis harder by far to change the minds of they who mean well than they who mean ill. Forgive me, but I'm not sure I understand." And little wonder, 'tis the first time thou hast set foot here. 'Twould behoove you all to learn something of the nature of this community, I think, and there is no surer way than to speak with its members. In such wise, you will come to understand Sito's reason for refusing us, and, I hope, gain an insight into how he may yet be persuaded. So, I bid you seek out the Amaro and make yourselves known unto them. A gentle touch shall suffice by way of a greeting. Alright, well let's go pet some Amaro then. Ah, how long it has been since I felt man's touch. I cannot help but be reminded of my master's hand. He was a knight of Verbert, a noble and valiant soul. But like so many others, he died fighting the Sin Eaters. Though he is long departed, I remain in this land out of respect for his memory. Oh, I didn't tag the summoning stone here. Ah, that tickles. Enough. I never had a master. I'm not accustomed to it. Not that I dislike your kind, you understand. On the contrary, we Amaro were bred to be fond of men. In the beginning, we were all of us mindless beasts, but then a mage of Ronka gave us the gift of intelligence that we might better serve our masters. After that empire fell, those with the gift eventually died out. On rare occasions, however, we are born with the seed of our ancestors in us. If we live long enough amongst men, this seed may quicken, restoring the power of speech to us amongst other things. So it was with me, though I never had a master, as I told you. What's happening? Why am I being patted? It's wonderful. Seldom do we have the chance to enjoy the attentions of men. Your kind are loath to come here for fear of the Fey folk. But then we are Fey folk too. When first we made our home here, we swore an oath to the Fairy King, you see. 'Tis easy to forget sometimes. Thou hast peered into the hearts of the Amaro, I take it? Then thou canst not choose but see the intense and abiding love they bear for men. It is out of concern for our welfare and not scorn that Sito seeketh to dissuade us from confronting their king. Yet confront their king we must, and to that end we must needs have the crystal shoes. Anne, might I prevail upon thee to confer with Sito in private? The task of slaying the Light Warden will ultimately be thine, and it is for thee, I believe, that he worrieth most. Tell him of thy many great deeds. Spoken in earnest, thy words may yet move him to change his mind. You have spoken with my brethren. Then you see, it is not out of scorn that I deny you the relic. I simply cannot bear to see men fight and die. Not anymore. None of us can. To lose one who has placed a gentle hand on us even once fills our hearts with untold sorrow, as my brothers and sisters will readily attest. This is something I must do. What am I to make of such declarations? Tell me, why do you wish this? This land is no longer man's to fight for, nor will your doing so compel the Fae folk to change. And in order to obtain the other relics, you will already have paid the due price. Not more is owed. Why then would you risk all to face our fallen king? To keep a promise to my friends. What did you say? The very words. Could it be mere coincidence? Very well. You may believe what you say, but we shall see if you have the strength to do it. Sin Eaters have been prowling the area of late. Prove yourself against them, and I will consider giving you the relic. See that you are well prepared, then meet me in the clearing to the east. There I will lure out the fiends, that you may slay them. Alrighty then. Hurry, Anjay, I'm gonna go fight some stuff. Be right back. I will use my voice to lure out the Sin Eaters, as I once did when I hunted with an old friend. A feeble cry for the ravenous, a mighty roar for the territorial. I still remember the tricks. But come, we begin at your signal. All right, ready. Ready then? Very well. All right. Destroyed them. Choco gained some experience from that too, it looks like. You made short work of those creatures, I will not deny it. I have seen enough. Let us return to Wolfdorf. By the ease with which you slew those Sin Eaters, I see that you are capable. However, I still require time to think, and if you should be willing, there is a favor I would ask of you. This is not a test of your strength, but a personal request. Please, hear my tale. A while ago, I fought Sin Eaters who had wandered into Ilmeg. In the heat of battle, I dropped a prized possession, a medallion. Of all the places that it should fall, it was Long Mirror Lake. We Amaro are not fond of water. We certainly cannot dive very deep. I briefly entertained the thought of turning to the Fuath, but they are more likely to keep my medallion out of mischief than return it to me. I had despaired of retrieving my treasure, but having seen what you are capable of, perhaps you will be able to find it. While I ponder your request for the shoes, will you not go and search for my medallion? If it should elude even you, I will accept that it is gone forever. And let's see, yeah, just the one ether current quest as well here. Sandman. Oh, I beg your pardon. I must have dozed off again. Ever since I turned 300, I find I can barely stay awake. Sandman is my name, and I had something for you. What was it again? Ah, yes, a request. I would have you seek out a young Amaro who has newly arrived in Ilmeg. But ere I go into the details, tell me, know you the nature of our community, Wolkdorf? It is a place where those of us who have attained intelligence come to live out our days. We Amaro are born mindless beasts, you see, but if we abide among men for a century or so, we may awaken to abilities long lost in our kind, speech not least of all. That those who have awakened might know of Wolkdorf, we ask our Numo friends to place enchantments on the crystals found throughout Ilmeg. These crystals call out to our brethren across Norvrant, drawing them hither. However, the aforementioned young Amaro was not prepared for what he found here. That is, other-speaking Amaro, and no sooner did I welcome him than he bolted and ran. Though he is wary of us, having served men until recently, I believe he will trust you. Please, will you not find him and persuade him to come here? To help you on your way, he fled to the west of the settlement. There's something, oh, there's a sparkly spot. And there's a vulpang or something there also. You find a set of Amaro tracks headed southwest. Judging by the depth of the impressions, the creature was in some haste. You find foliage that has been partially consumed by a large beast. The trail of consumption continues to the west. You find the eaten remains of a fruit, the exposed flesh yet to turn brown. The young Amaro may yet be near. Hey, there's Tonatiuh. The young Amaro regards you with wary eyes. Sandman sent me. Sandman? You mean the other fellow who can talk? I had no idea there were others like me. Well now, a whole settlement of talking Amaro. That must be the place he wanted to show me. My name is Tonatiuh. My master was a traveling merchant. One day I discovered that I could speak. I was so happy, and I thought my master would be happy too, but when I spoke to him, he looked as if he'd seen a ghost and abandoned me. Since that day, I've been wandering the land by myself. I'd heard of Ilmeg, and I thought it would be nice to see it, but it seems the idea wasn't my own at all. This settlement, Wolkdorf, it sounds like a nice place, but I don't want to live there. I've been alone for a long while. I don't feel comfortable around others anymore, not even other Amaro. Well, that's too bad. Now let's go find this memento. That's not going to be it, is it? Nope. It is in here. I can get to it there. There we go. Ah, you are returned. How fared your search? Look what I found.
Ah, my medallion! You found it!
Indeed we have.
Oh, I know not how to thank you. It is my most treasured possession. A gift from a dear departed soul. He was a traveler, and together we journeyed to the ends of the world and back again. When I was young. In those days, I could not speak. But we found joy in each other's company nonetheless. Oh, the memories. This medallion he found during an adventure. Fashioned it into a necklace for me, his partner in crime. I had not the words to tell him then, but it filled my heart with pride. I was so happy. His name was Artbert, and he was my friend.
Ardbert, thou sayest?
Everyone blamed him for the flood. Him and his comrades. Some few who spoke up for them, of the many whose lives they had touched. But as the years went by, their voices were drowned out by those who only uttered the adventurers' names as a curse. It was too much to bear. And so I left behind men and their lies, and came to this place. Ardbert was a trusting soul, constantly being drawn into the troubles of others. Yet in spite of this, he never thought twice when he saw someone in need. He always tried to help. It was no different then. The world needed heroes. It needed him. And yet, he was a good man. He deserved to be happy. I wish I could have told him that, at least.
I'm sure Ardbert knows how you feel.
You remind me of him. Your kindness. When we Amaro were created, we were granted the ability to perceive souls. Thus did we recognize our masters. That ability has long since faded from our kind. But due perhaps to my reversion, I can see your soul. Faintly, but surely. It is reminiscent of Ardbert's. Strikingly so. Of course, you are you and no one else. We are defined not by the soul we are born with, but the path we walk. Nevertheless, I cannot help but feel that this is more than mere coincidence. Which is why I will place my faith in you. The relic. It is yours.
Yay!
There's trouble! Terrible trouble!
Has something happened at Leader Loran?
Together with the twins, we were playing tricks on some nasty mortals to stop them from setting foot in Ilmeg. At first, they ran off screaming, which was lots of fun. But then a scary, bony, wrinkly old mortal came along and spoiled everything. None of our tricks seemed to work on him, which is no fun at all. And now they're getting closer and closer.
Ranjit. If he manages to find his way in, all our efforts will have been for naught.
As thou sayest. Should we be discovered ere our mission here is complete, and the Light Warden yet liveth, our task will be rendered nigh impossible. If we are to prevail, we must needs divide our forces. Thus do I propose the following. Whilst thou salliest forth to meet with the Light Warden, we shall join in the effort to obstruct the trespassers. Should we succeed in staying their advance, all the better. Yet even should we fail, if we can but delay our enemy's arrival long enough for thee to secure victory, our plan may still be deemed a success.
So the moment the lights go out, we all beat a hasty retreat, yes?
Let me come with you. I have the blessing too.
No, Minfilia. You'll only get underfoot. Now come.
I wish there were more I could do. Please be careful.
There's our last ether current quest, I guess. Forgive me, it seems my indecision has cost you precious time. But I am convinced now, convinced that you will triumph. To the south, you will find the bridge to Liagia. As the bearer of the 4 relics, the gate to the castle will open to you. Alrighty. Let's verify that. Ether currents here in Ilmeg. Yep, one more to find on land, and completing this quest will let us fly. Alright, little Fuka, you just stay looking that direction for now. That should be the last one. Righto? Righto. Yep, no more detected. The gate has recognized that you bear all 4 relics. The seal is broken. All that remains is to enter the castle and confront Titania, a being bereft of reason and mercy. It is sure to be a ferocious battle, but if anyone can bring an end to our king's torment, it is you. Yet know this, my adorable sapling, though we Fey folk may appear to live unfettered lives, there are still laws that bind us. To take back as much as is taken, to create as much as is destroyed, to give as much as is received. In all things, balance must be preserved, and the same will be asked of you. But worry not, come what may, your beautiful branch will ever be at your side. I will go to Ul'dah, and I'm going to change data centers to something a little more populated here before we get going. So I'll take a brief intermission here, and we will be back as soon as we have completed our transfer here. And that didn't take long. Alright, well let's queue up for that. There we go, Dancing Plague. Says it might take about 10 minutes, so what I will do is, let's see, I think I have I finished all my fishing and all the other stuff too. Yep, so they're all good. We could go start the Crystarium quests for these guys. Yeah, I'll use a ticket for that. We'll do our gatherers first. You look like you've got skills of the sort we need. Would you be interested in putting them to use at the Mean? Wonderful. We can never have enough hands to do all the work that wants doing. To help you get started, I'll give you an overview of our operations. Just let me know when you have a moment. Ready to learn about our operations? Good, good. So, as I may have already told you, the Crystaline Mean is a center for the procurement and production of those items that make city life possible. From daily necessities to military provisions, we deal in just about anything. A storehouse and workshop rolled into one we are. Now, the Mean is composed of 5 facets. That's our fancy name for divisions. Each facet is a collective of folk skilled in certain fields who work together to provide for the Crystarium. Firstly, there's the facet of forging. As you can probably glean from the name, its members are experts in metalworking. The woman you see there is Iola, the proprietress of the Iron Bellows. I'm told she's been sorely pressed for help lately. Next, we have the facet of crafting, which brings together artisans who work with leather, cloth, and wood. Among them, there's even a lass who specializes in the restoration of artwork and traditional handicrafts. She doesn't appear to be present at the moment, though. Moving on, we have the facet of nourishing, whose mission is to ensure that our denizens are fed and healthy. And I speak not only of people. Bethric there is the resident veterinarian, and he's charged with looking after our trusty Amaro. Then there's the facet of gathering, formed of miners and botanists who procure resources all across Norvrant. Overseeing the group is Keshi Ray, a knowledgeable, if eccentric woman. If you have an inquiring mind like her, though, I dare say you'll get along. Last but not least, the facet of fishing. Aside from reeling in the bounty of the realm's waters, members also cultivate marine life. Frithik there speaks for the gathering, and whatever folk may say of his leadership, none can doubt his skills and knowledge as a fisher. And that's the 5 facets of the Crystaline Mean. Under the direction of the Settlement Council, each does its part to ensure the survival of the Crystarium. Well, that's the idea at any rate. The reality is, most facet members are individuals with individual interests. They're often busy with their own endeavors and can't always make a meaningful contribution to the common cause. What this means is the Mean suffers from a chronic shortage of hands, and every facet is always looking to bolster its roster with new talent. I encourage you to make yourself known to whichever one is a fit for your skills. We can now offer our services to each of the facets. Alright, and let's see what levels we got. Yeah, you'll notice my alchemist is level 80. That's because I exclusively use my alchemist to get scripts to buy all of our crafting gear. And I want to make sure that I did indeed get all the tools. Yep, I did. Level 70, level 70. Yep, so our crafters are all good and ready to go, as well as our gatherers with level 70 blue gear here. Alright, well let's start with the gathering. And who's the lowest level? Yeah, miner's lower than botanist. I'll start with him. Yes, what do you need? Every man in his Amaro wants something today, so I'd thank you to make it quick. Oh, not here for materials? What are you here for then? Well, I thought maybe I could gather materials for you. Well, I didn't actually ask for a name, but all right, an adventurer, whoever you are. What, did you expect me to know you? Because I don't. You're clearly new here. Where are you from, anyway? Same place as the XIV. Yeah. Truly, I've always wanted to ask the Exarch about his mysterious homeland, but he's a very busy man, and there never seems to be a good time. So tell me, in this land you hail from, does there happen to be a creature called the Samiel? Nope. No, well, that's a shame. Well, time for me to take to the field once more. I'll find you yet, my precious Samiel, mark my words. Chief, where are you? Wait, just... You there, stop that woman. Begging your pardons, but did the chief mention where she was headed? Outside again? Doesn't she know how much trouble she causes when she abandons her post? Forgive me. It's not my intent to take it out on you. I'm Yelana of the Hortorium, and the woman I'm furious with is Chief Keshi Ray of the Facet of Gathering. Seeing as we've only just met, I'm loath to ask this of you, but could you go after the chief? I'm afraid I don't have the wind to give chase. In all likelihood, she's headed to the Amaro launch. If you hurry, you might be able to catch her before she leaves the Crystarium and goes off to heavens knows where. Thank you so much. When you find her, please see that she comes to the Hortorium. Meanwhile, I'll keep an eye out nearby just in case. Alright, so let's go speak with Keshi Ray. Supposedly by the Amaro launch. Looks like it. Oh, it's you again. What do you need now? Wait, don't tell me. You wish to assist with my fieldwork, isn't that right? Well, who am I to deny such enthusiasm? Come along, my friend, come along. No? Of all the people to see me leave, it had to be Yelana. I wasn't even planning to be away long. All right, I'll head to the Hortorium. You're coming too, of course. I'm sure Yelana will want to thank you for doing a fine job of catching me. Oh, what is that quest there? Leaves of the Crystarium. Oh, okay. I need to unlock that too. Well, maybe don't need to, but I will anyways. And we're 9 minutes into our queue. The estimated was 10 minutes, but we will see what happens here. Ah, there you are. Thank you so much for finding the chief. Now, we don't have much to offer in the way of hospitality, but as a small token of my gratitude, I'd be happy to tell you about our facility. Here at the Hortorium, we primarily conduct agricultural research to improve our ability to cultivate crops. On any given day, you'll find us developing new plant strains and fertilizers and experimenting with new cultivation techniques. The fruits of our labors find use at Sweet Seed, the Crystarium's orchard, which provides food for our citizens. At the behest of the Facet of Gathering, we also analyze resources found across Norvrand. Indeed. Our miners and botanists sometimes make unusual finds, and these are brought here for closer examination. You see, the task of the Facet of Gathering isn't simply to gather. We also strive to identify and manage resources. In a world such as ours, we must use our resources responsibly, that they might be conserved for posterity. In a sense, what we do is not unlike the work of those folk called naturalists in the days before the flood. This stands testament to man's enduring and unquenchable desire to cast light upon the unknown, be it flora or fauna or otherwise. As you can see, the chief is something of a character, but in spite of her oddities, she's respected by her colleagues and peers. This is because their knowledge is vital in ensuring that the Crystarium is well provisioned. Though, from my perspective, it's difficult to see her as little more than a self-absorbed woman who buries us with endless tasks. When I sought her out earlier, it was to deliver the results of our latest analysis, but what should I find but her trying to sneak outside? It's not the first time either. Of late, she's been obsessed with finding the Samiel, a nigh mythical creature, and runs off whenever my back is turned. She's not a child anymore, for goodness sake. And you're not my mother. If you keep up that nagging, your wrinkles are liable to grow wrinkles. Come on, Anne. Let's flee this place, else Yelana will turn us into fertilizer. Running off again? And I have no wrinkles, thank you very much. Back up there to Keshiray. I can go grab this quest here, unlock the leaves here. Tradeswoman, eh? You've that look about you. Interested in putting those skills of yours to use, undertaking a leave or two? It's all above board, all handled under the auspices of the Crystal Exarch, worry not. We process and dole out a mountain of leaves every day. Register with us and you can peruse the open ones at your leisure. You'll be compensated too in case you were afraid you were running some sort of charity. So, shall I put your name down in the register? Right then, an adventurer, was it? Let me just finish filling out this remaining bit of paperwork and then you'll be all set. There we go. Ah, we managed to escape the Harpy's clutches. Don't tell Yelana I said that. She has no sense of humor, nor does she understand the romance of a mythical creature. Now then, you weren't familiar with the Samiel, as I recall. It's the name of an ancient and enormous beast of Mord legend. How enormous, you ask? If you've been to Amarang, you may have seen a colossal ribcage. That's how enormous it is. Assuming it indeed belonged to the Samiel, we're still not certain at this stage. You see, while there are tales of people being licked or nearly stepped on, rather bafflingly, no one alive has managed to catch sight of the creature. Until now, at any rate. While attending an excavation, one of the Hortorium's researchers claims to have encountered what he believed was the Samiel. I have a good feeling about this. Ah, the mere thought of shedding light on this mystery sets your heart aflutter, does it not? But of course it does, and you wish to find the Samiel as much as I do. Very well, I hereby name you Captain Adventurer of the Samiel Search Squad. With your combination of combat and gathering prowess, I'm confident you'll do an excellent job, especially with me as your intelligence officer. Lest you worry that Yelana will come nagging, know that our mission is entirely serious and within the scope of the Facet's objectives. After all, knowledge of fauna, and all fauna are real unless proven otherwise, is critical to resource management. But without further ado, my dear Captain, I bid you venture forth to Amarang, where you are to search for evidence of the Samiel. I await your discoveries with bated breath. Facet of gathering, deliveries unlocked. Facets are now available. We deliver the requested items so that we can advance the story. And we are gathering what here? No, I haven't brought you any evidence yet. I'm looking for animal trace. I gotta bring what looks like, 18 animal traces to you. Alright. It's going to be maybe a level 70. I'm not sure. Yep, there it is. Over in Twitch. Near Mordsuk, or actually north of Inn at Journey's Head. Maybe we'll use one of our tickets. What the heck? And we're 16 and a half minutes into our queue. The update was 14 minutes wait time, but it's more than that again. Here we go. These look like the spots here. Animal trace. Yeah, we can get those easily. Decent chance for a boon, too. We only need 18 of those. Number of attempts. Well, that will get us 18 plus, because we're liable to hit a boon. Yep, just like that a few times. Oh, I should have grabbed some other different stuff instead of those extras. Okay, let's see what else is here and grab something else. See, I will need yellow alumin for sure. Grab a little bit of that. All right, back to the Crystaline Mean. I'll use up my last ticket. I don't want them taking up space in my inventory. Yeah, I brought evidence of the Samiel. Ah, the anticipation of finding a lead is so heady, I can scarcely focus on my duties. Here you go. We've got 18 for you. That's going to be a bunch of white scripts, it looks like. Well now, this claw belonged to quite a large beast. I dare to hope it will yield valuable information on the Samiel. My thanks. Their esteem has grown for us. We leveled up Minor doing that. Among the specimens you brought back, one in particular stood out, a claw fragment that resembles that of no known creature out there. This is definitely worth requesting an analysis of the Hortorium. Wait a moment while I fetch one of their researchers. Allow me to introduce Mao Lad. He works closely with Yelana, the poor bastard, and analyzes resources for us. But most importantly, he is the researcher I mentioned who claims to have encountered the Samiel. Go on and recount your tale, lad. On that day, I traveled to Amaro with a crew of miners in order to survey an excavation site. We were going about our work when, without warning, a massive shadow fell over us. Startled, we looked up to see what it was, only to find empty sky. Whatever was there had vanished. It didn't move away, but vanished, shadow and all. That was no cloud or bird. No, it could only be the ghost of the Samiel whispered in moored legend. Mal, my boy, it ill becomes a man of learning to resort to fanciful tales for an explanation. But here, take a look at this specimen that Anne recovered, and you'll see that what you encountered was not some ghost of the Samiel, but the Samiel itself. This resembles the claw of a lizard, yet there aren't any species nearly so massive in Amaro. Assuming the creature it came from is a quadruped, we can project its height to be... May I hold on to this? I'd like to examine this more closely at the Hortorium. We were about to ask you to do just that. Should you learn anything of interest, be sure to let us know. And there you have it, Anne. For now, we have but to wait. In the meantime, perhaps you'd like to acquaint yourself with other lands and the resources they hold. I dare say it would be of interest to a visitor such as you. Feel free to gather as you see fit. You're respectful of nature, I believe, and won't take more than she can give. Alright, Keshi Ray is pleased with us now. Alright, well I'm gonna unqueue then. It looks like we're not gonna get this today. Withdraw from that. And let's see, what have I got in my inventory? I picked up, I gotta dump those. Those are no good. And what we got? Some food. Still got that trellis. And a revised survival manual. Kokobo saddlebag. That's a commercial survival manual. Yeah, running out of space here. Go sell some stuff perhaps, which I can't do on this server. But I can stash some things. No, I can't. I can't access my retainers here. So, let's see. I guess what we'll do is maybe head back to the other server after all. Alright, well we've unlocked that one. Go ahead and see what we got here. Ah, there you are, my friend. You'll be pleased to hear that Mal has finished his analysis. As we had first assumed, the peculiar specimen you recovered comes from no beast we're familiar with. While we don't have conclusive evidence as to the identity of its owner, we're certain that it's a tremendously large creature, a creature not unlike the Samiel. There's just one problem. By the time you found the claw fragment, it had already lain there for several moons. This means that its owner has likely left Amaro, and the trail is cold. But be not disheartened, we've practically established the Samiel's existence, and that is a Samiel-sized step in our quest. Moreover, we have promising new information. It comes from a sentry at the Ascensor Gate. According to the fellow, he was out on patrol a few nights ago when he felt a rhythmic tremor. He rounded up his comrades and they set out to investigate. And what should they find? But nothing at all. Not even a lone field mouse. There was just an oddly muggy gust of wind. Unnerved by the strangeness of it all, the sentries decided to beat a hasty retreat. Do you smell that, Anne? It's the glorious stench of the Samiel right here in Lakeland. Time is of the essence if we are to track it down. To that end, I want you to take yourself to Sullen and look for more evidence of the creature. Not any sort of evidence this time, mind you, but its droppings. The fresher, the better. Ew. I know, Anne, I know, but it's for a good cause. A steaming, fly-ridden pile of excrement is a veritable repository of knowledge. We just need to be willing to go elbow deep to extract it. So please, please, gather as much of the brown, pungent stuff as you can. I knew I could depend on you. I await your return with bated breath, lest the stench make me queasy. All right, and that's a new one to go gather. And miner is still about even with botanist, perhaps. So we're getting animal droppings. And we'll leave that for something we can do next time we queue up. Let's see, let's also unlock fishing over here. That'll be something else we can do while we wait for queues. Hello there, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. You must be here to join the facet of fishing, yes? Oh goodness, that was awfully presumptuous of me. We've had so few applicants recently, I got rather carried away. The fishers of the Mean and surrounding villages have made me their representative, you see, although I soon discovered the post to be a little more bothersome than I was expecting. I'd much rather be reeling in fish than scrawling numbers in a ledger, but such is life. It's my responsibility to ensure that the citizenry have a steady supply of fresh water and saltwater foodstuffs, which is not a task to be taken lightly. You see, while we are able to produce fruits and vegetables within the Crystarium, fish are a little harder to procure. The trouble is, we tend to eat the same things day in, day out, so I've been researching other species that could be used to supplement our diets. In fact, I'll be sharing my latest findings with the other members. Would you care to join me? Excellent, I'll meet you in Sullen. And look out for fishers casting their lines. There's nothing quite like a hook in the eye to ruin your day. Alright, I guess I'll leave that one for later since we have to go to Sullen for both of those. And we can unlock this one over here. Beep. Error. Ether blockage detected. Firm blow required. Bzz. Hit me. Hit me. Okay. Seek Theuna. Must seek Theuna. Bzz. The Alleganesque node floats off. Perhaps you should keep an eye on it, lest it cause harm to civilians. Well, I can't get out through there. All right. Run, little carpenter, run. There they are. Hello, troubled citizen. Yes, greetings. Do you require something restored? Apparently not. At any rate, could you give me a moment? Nobody here is clamoring for attention. Or Naughty. Naughty here is clamoring for attention. Help me, Theuna. Firm blow required. Hit me. Hit me. Don't tell me you've gotten your ether blocked again. Very well. I'll take care of it. You need specialized knowledge to fix it. Oh, versed in such machines, are you? Well, I appreciate the advice, but rest assured I have the situation well in hand. This happens all the time. Yeah! Whap. Beep. Your node has encountered a problem and needs to restart. Collecting error information and restarting. Beep. Bloop. Node restart complete. Logging in as Theuna. Bzzz. More Theuna. Hit me more. You know, sometimes I think you actually enjoy this, and I still have no idea where you learned to speak like that. Now then, were you wanting something? I don't believe I've seen you before. I take it you're new to the Crystarium? Yes, I am. Ah, I remember now. You're the master artisan who hails from the same land as the Exarch. What was your name again? Yes, that's right, Anne. It's a pleasure to meet a fellow crafter from a faraway place. I'm Theuna, a restorer of the facet of crafting and the proprietor of Cherished Memories. For my work, I've had to train in a variety of trades, including as a carpenter like yourself. While there are restorers aside from me, my workshop specializes in artworks and traditional handicrafts, items with sentimental rather than practical value, in other words. Given the state of the world, my choice of focus is frowned upon by some, but I knew it was what I wanted to do. And so I opened Cherished Memories with Naughty here as my assistant. Adorable, isn't it? It's actually a relic from the tower, but it had broken down. I couldn't bear to see it lying there discarded, so I restored it as best I could. It's been with me ever since. Bleep. Am I a good node? Yes, you are. No one keeps records like you, Naughty. Now, I realize we've scarcely met, but I'd like to propose a little business arrangement. You see, despite the work that I profess to do, I'm actually only any good at alchemy, my original field. There's still much that I have to learn, and I'm hoping I could learn from an accomplished carpenter such as you. I don't ask that you teach me, only that you craft the materials I need. By using these materials in my work, I can hone my techniques while getting the job done besides. Of course, I'll make sure you're suitably compensated. Moreover, every bit that I learn from you, I promise to pass on to my fellow crafters. That way, your knowledge may come to serve all the peoples of Norvrant. So, what say you? Can I rely on your help? Theuna is still a work in progress. Please knock her into shape. Bish, bash, bzzz. I'm in your debt. When you're ready to begin, please come and see me at the Mean. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll just make sure I have all of these unlocked and ready to craft, or at least gather the materials that are needed to craft these items. And then we can use those as a time filler while we wait for queues to pop. My thanks for coming, Anne. May our collaboration bear much fruit. Here. So, this is Cherished Memories. Well, it is when I'm here at any rate. I've neither the funds nor reputation to have my own place, so I'm making use of the Mean's facilities. Without further ado then, let's assign your first task. Naughty, if you'd be so kind. Beep. The item to be restored is a painting of Damp Soul, a village in Lakeland destroyed by Sin Eaters approximately 90 years ago. The client is descended from the denizens of said village. So, by restoring the painting, we aim to restore a vision of the village as it once was. With my knowledge of alchemy, I've been able to remove the stains, but the canvas itself is in appalling condition. While the client didn't go into detail, if I didn't know better, I'd say it was intentionally damaged. Now, like most paintings originating in Lakeland, this one uses a special canvas resistant to humidity. In order to restore it, we'll need a material to match. Can you prepare this for us? Leave it to me. Thank you. Once the material is ready, I'll begin work on the restoration. They'll need to make crafting materials, which over here we've got under class. Yeah, Crystaline deliveries under class. All right, so let's move on to our next one here. Let's pick armor. Well, yes, it's not bad exactly. How can I put this? It's just lacking a certain originality. I'm not sure I understand. Our goal here is to attract a new customer base with innovative and eye-catching craftsmanship, and we won't succeed by retreading the same tired ground as... Oh, who have we here? A stranger to our fair city, and an artisan too, if I'm not mistaken. The name's Iola. I'm affiliated with the facet of forging, but I also run a private forge, the Iron Bellows it's called. There was a time when we boasted a gathering of the finest metalworkers in the trade, and then business in the Crystarium started going downhill. Many were forced to hang up their hammers even before my dear father, the warrior rest his soul, passed the bellows on to me. And now, Eisman's the only employee I have left. Solid, dependable old Eisman. That's me. As for clients, we have few commissions outside our contract with the city guard, and that income barely covers our day-to-day expenses. I'll be forced to close down the forge before long if I don't try something drastic. So, I've been working on a plan. We'll broaden our horizons and our potential market with a range of new and novel wares. A fine idea, you might think, but we've hit something of a snag. Whilst Eisman can reproduce our usual stock with uncanny accuracy, it would seem his singular talent doesn't lend itself to creative endeavors. I have to follow the design, I can't help it. But that's enough of my rambling. Where did you say you were from? Same place as the Exarch. The same place as the Exarch? Interesting. Wait, no, not interesting. This is marvelous. Don't you see? You must have knowledge of a dozen techniques that we've never even heard of. Please, help us develop our new wares and I'll gladly pay you. It will have to be in crafter scripts, but still, what do you say? I'll do it. We're saved! Phew! Now, before you do anything, we need to go and parley with the Zune. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Upright lizard people? There's a tribe of them living here in the city. We've not had much trade with the Zune thus far, but I aim to change all that. Assuming we can devise a product which catches their interest, we'll be dipping into a well of untapped profit. Come on, let's head over to the Amaro launch and learn a few things about our prospective customers. It's time to get the Iron Bellows back on track. Good luck! Alright, so we'll go talk to them. And we'll be winding up this stream once we get all these Crystarium quests unlocked here, or deliveries unlocked. Oops, not that one. Here, over to the Ethernet shard. And we are playing through Final Fantasy XIV unskipped. We're trying not to skip anything here. To the Rookery, where did they go? Oh, they are at the launch there. So we welcome you to join us and follow us through here. And we do have anonymous follows on, so if you'd like to follow us and enjoy the scenery or the quest and the story with us, by all means, do that. And if you would like to let us know in the chat what you're up to, by all means, do that too. We're happy to have you here. What do you want with me? This may seem like an odd request, but I was hoping you might help me gain a better understanding of your people. I'm working to expand my range of goods, you see, and any insight you can offer would be appreciated. You are one of the Crystarium's artisans? Then I would not deny a sincere desire to learn. We of the Zune earn a living as Amaro breeders and clothe ourselves with their hide and bone. Such has been our tradition since we roamed the land as nomads. Is it difficult to raise such large animals? There are risks. When the females are with young, they become temperamental and have been known to bite their handlers. Ouch! I imagine those jaws would inflict some nasty injuries. Yes, the wounds often lead to fever, illness, and even death. Any item you could craft that would help prevent such tragedies would find no few interested parties. Leave it to me. The Iron Bellows will strive to provide you with everything you need. Let's head back to the Mean. What do you think? Did our chat with the Zune give you any ideas? Well, well, to what do I owe the pleasure? We've just come to collect our old tools, then we'll be on our way. The facet of forging has plenty of jobs for enterprising individuals, and I'd rather work than starve. No offense. None taken. Those two are Kalana and Sue Rend. Former employees of the Bellows, if you hadn't guessed that already. They used to look out for me like I was their little sister. But when the business fell on hard times, they struck out on their own. I can hardly blame them. They have families to feed, and the facet of forging has paying contracts. Which is why this new endeavor is so important. If it succeeds, then mayhap I can convince them both to come back to the Bellows. And maybe, just maybe, I can buy back the ring we lost to pay back our borrowed coin. Or am I being too greedy now? What's this about a ring? When our business started to falter, my father made an arrangement with a moneylender known as Walden. It was a poor gamble at best. Things went from bad to worse, and when we failed to meet the payments on time, Walden demanded something of value from us. My father surrendered the gift he had made for my mother, a ring she never had the chance to wear before she passed away. That ring is all I have left to remember them by, and I would dearly love to have it back. But I can't afford to worry about some keepsake. I need to focus on rebuilding the Forge's finances and regaining our lost employees. Right. Let's throw out some ideas. What manner of item could benefit the Zune in their daily lives? Let's see. Nothing comes to mind then. Oh, but didn't you say you hailed from the Exarch's homeland? Do you have tribes like the Zune where you're from? That might give you a starting point to consider. Yep, the Zune are strikingly similar to the Amalja. We already knew that. Thank you. Oh, let's see. Not sculptures, maybe metal gauntlets. He talked about getting bit by a lot of stuff. Ah, well, I suppose that might reduce the danger of Amaro biting the fingers which feed them. It seems too simple. And yet, we'd still be the first forged to stock gauntlets crafted expressly for Zune hands. Let's see what you can put together. Sure, just leave it to me. Alright, so now we can do that one. And last but not least, the facet of nutrition. We'll change to culinary for that. What a pleasant aroma. Ah, pray forgive me. I couldn't help but notice the fragrance of herbs and spices about you. Are you by chance a culinarian? That'd be me. So, you're the guest I've heard so much about. I had no idea you were an artisan, no doubt of the highest order to keep company with the Crystal Exarch. This is such an honor. Goodness me, where are my manners? My name is Bethrick, resident veterinarian and overseer of the facet of nourishing. Now I know what you're thinking. There's no way this grisly monster of a man is fit to handle animals, but you'd be wrong. In fact, my scars only came about from handling the Amaro. Don't let their docile appearance fool you. They can be quite feisty. Speaking of which, I have a patient due for an examination. Would you care to join me? I won't twist your arm on the matter, but if you've a mind to humor me, you can find me over at the Amaro launch. And to the launch we will go then. Aha, so curiosity got the better of you, eh? The poor girl was hurt transporting cargo, and her sadly misguided owner let her wounds get infected. I insisted she stay here until she's made a full recovery. Now then, let's have a look at you. The swelling's down, and so is the inflammation. A few more days and you should be fit to fly again. She's by far the sweetest animal I've had the pleasure of caring for, and she loves to be pet. Why don't you come closer and see for yourself? Oh, come now, how can you say no to those starry eyes and that come hither and pet me snout? Go on, she won't bite. And I guess I've got pet queued up from earlier. My word, I've never seen her take to a stranger so quickly. Why, it's as if you've touched her very soul. You've a knack for caretaking. It calls to mind a gift the Amaro were said to possess long ago. As you've no doubt noticed, the Amaro serve as steeds for transport and the delivery of goods, much like chocobos. The key difference between them, however, is the Amaro were born of magic. A variety of lizards enchanted by mages in the days of the Ronkan Empire, refined further into what we know as Amaro through selective breeding. These arcane magics allowed them to sense the souls of their masters and even speak. Alas, when the Empire fell, the techniques used in raising the Amaro were lost. While they no longer possess their preternatural abilities of old, they've retained the ability to fly. Oh, what I wouldn't give to chase the wind and touch the sky. To be an Amaro! Okay, you do you, buddy. There is no finer animal in all of creation. To be reborn as a majestic Amaro would be a blessing. Of course, I can understand if you do not share my enthusiasm. There you are. I've been looking all over for you. Lysana, what a pleasant surprise. Finally come for that lecture on Amaro taxonomy? I've no time for your babble of animal facts. You're needed at the stable, and Amaro has been brought in from the fields, and it seems to be ill. We fear it may be poison. Poison? I'll be there at once. If the situation is as dire as it seems, I may have need of your assistance. Please, say you'll come with me. I'll come with you. On over to the Temenus Rookery, I think. Would be my guess, anyway. Yep. You're here. Good. I've just finished a cursory examination. Outwardly, he shows no signs of severe injury, but he has indeed been poisoned. Judging by his breathing, it's already caused inflammation of his windpipe. We must hurry and identify the toxin. Who would do such a thing? Poachers. They've been hunting Amaro, cutting out their tongues and leaving them to die on our doorstep for some time now. We've increased our patrols of the perimeter, but they've proven more resourceful than we thought. At least this time we succeeded in denying them their prize. And for that we are grateful, but we must act quickly. Bethric, I leave him in your capable hands. Bethric? Is everything all right? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Only the poachers used poison-laced feed bearing a striking resemblance to our stores. This Amaro likely believed they were from the Crystarium. He trusted them, and they took advantage of his innocence. Would that I could make them see the error of their ways, but I fear such wicked hearts are beyond reason. I can but try to undo the damage they've caused. And to do that, I would ask your assistance. Come, there's no time to waste. And back over to the Mean. Thank you for coming. I've identified the poacher's poison. However, producing an antidote will prove to be a much more delicate process than I was expecting. You see, this Amaro is of a different breed than those I'm accustomed to caring for. All those you've seen here in the Crystarium are graytails. Our patient, however, is a Barub skipper from a region long since lost to the flood. Under normal circumstances, I would be beside myself with excitement. He may very well be the last of his kind. Meaning there can be no room for error in the preparation of an antidote. This task calls for an artisan of surpassing skill, one who understands the heart of these blessed creatures. And I believe this is why fate guided you guided your steps to me. I beg of you, help me save this Amaro. Don't worry, I will do it. I knew I could count on you. Based on his blood work and my knowledge of graytail physiology, I put together a list of ingredients that should produce a rather potent antidote. The rest falls to you. All right, got that. We'll be producing edible antidote. Okay. Meanwhile, we're going to be collecting up a buttload of white scripts here. Let's see what we might want to be getting here. Any gear? Let's see. Yeah, we can get some level 80 gear with white scripts, so that's good. We can start preparing for everything level 80 related here. Yeah, that's got both primary and secondary tools, as well as our clothing and accessories. So that'll be nice while we gather those. Alright, and then when we come back, we'll have to do Fisher over in Sullen, and we may gather with Botanist or Miner over that way too, since that's where it said those items are. All right, well, I think that will do it for today on this. Let's see what we've got here. We go back to channel here. Let's head on over to let's see, Neon Genesis, I guess. Do a raid over there. All right, well, anyways, I want to thank you for being with us today. I hope to see you tomorrow for Infinite Undiscovery, but if that's not your cup of tea, we'll be back here over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, for more Final Fantasy XIV. So take care of yourselves. I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And we will be raiding here over to Neon Genesis.